Hello everybody, you're very welcome here. This is just the pre-introduction, if you know what I mean. You don't know how fantastic it is to have an audience, any size audience in the church. It makes such a difference to musicians, so thanks a million for coming along tonight. Once we start this concert, it's going to be as live as if we were doing the regular concert. It is going to be broadcast tomorrow night, as you all know, as the Friday night concert. And just to let you know that there might be a little bit of extra shenanigans in between the acts, because Matt has given me a J-cloth and a bottle of cleaner, and I have to run and clean microphones, and we've got to get things properly done, cleaned in between each act. So there might be just a little bit of extra time. Not enough time for you to leave your seat or anything, but I just wanted you to know that. So we're going to start whenever the lads are ready. We're going to start with some music, and then I'll do the proper introduction. Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Friday night recital of FEAKLE Traditional Music Festival. It's an unusual one this year for us. Like many other festivals this year, we're online, but it is wonderful to see an audience here in the church in FEAKLE, and it's wonderful to be joined online as well by all our friends from around the world and by people who are discovering FEAKLE for the first time ever. So we've got some treats lined up for you tonight, some of the greats of East Clare music, some of the up-and-coming musicians as well, and their collaborators from further afield. So as the night goes on, you're going to hear from Mark and Brian Donnellan, you're going to hear from Cormac Begley, from Mary McNamara, Sorcha Costello, Andrew McNamara and Eileen O'Brien, Helen Hayes, and I was going to say Helen Green, Helen Hayes and Katie Green. But we kicked off tonight with two young musicians from the parish, sisters Rosa and Eva Carroll, and their friend Colm Broderick on pipes. Colm is from Carlow, and I'm going to hand back to them very shortly. But I just want to tell you a little bit about, hopefully you'll get a look at these pipes that Colm is playing. They're a very special set indeed, made in the middle of the 20th century by Leo Rosen for Sean Reid, who was a very important and much loved man in traditional music in Clare. He was a member of the Tulla Cayley band, and he had a habit of getting instruments, pipes, and lending them out around the county and further afield. So these pipes were played by Willie Clancy for many years, by Martin Talty we think also, and then they made their way into the hands of Liam O'Flynn. And they stayed with Liam O'Flynn for the rest of his days. And when Liam died in 2018, the pipes went back to Napibarielan, and Napibarielan were tasked with choosing a young piper of promise who would henceforth play these pipes. They picked Colm, so get a right good look at them, because it isn't often they come to County Clare. So we'll hand back to Colm, Rosa and Eva.
Hi everyone, it's lovely to be back in FEAKLE and playing for you tonight. We started off there with the set of reels, so we played Speed the Plough, The Blackberry Blossom and The Wind That Shakes the Barley. And now myself and Eve are going to continue on with the set of slip jigs. So the first one is Nikianwan Vana and into Fresnel's Frolics, and then we'll finish up with Ban Fágin.
slow air, and as Paula said, these pipes have a great, clear connection between Sean Reid and Willie Clancy and Martin Talty, so I'm just hugely honoured to be playing them, and I want to thank P. Breelan obviously for giving me the opportunity to play these pipes. So I'm going to play a slow air called On Bun On Bui, and I've got this from the playing of Ní Mufflin, so I hope you all enjoy.
two jigs, I buried my wife with Strap the Razor, and thank you everyone for listening, and thank you for tuning in too.
Well, thank you so much to Rosa and Eva Carroll and Colin Broderick for lovely music there. And it's interesting, there's a great connection to our next set of guests here on the stage, because Mary McNamara is the primary musical influence on both Rosa and Eva Carroll, and in subsequent years too, her daughter Sorcha Costello has been a great transmitter of tradition and music. And I think with Mary, from her early days as a very young musician in Dublin, when she realised that she had hardly any tunes in common with her musical friends up there, right up until she came back here in the 90s and started teaching music and raising her own family, Mary has been a gentle and careful carrier of the traditions of music of her home place. And her daughter Sorcha is ample proof of that, as are the hundreds of young musicians around this area and much further afield as well, who carry her approach to music and who've made East Clare and FEAKLE such a vibrant place in current times as well. So please put your hands together, all the way from Tulla, for Mary McNamara and Sorcha Costello.
Thank you, Paula. Delighted to be here, and we'll start off this evening with two reads. The first one is called The Jug of Punch, and it will be followed with McDonough's.
Thank you.
very much. We're going to continue now with two jigs. The first jig is called The Walls of Liscarroll, I think one of many versions, and the second one is called The Kilglass Lakes. Some of you will know the song "The Some Say the Devil is Dead," and it's a version of that I don't know where it came from.
tunes. But before I tell you a little bit about the tunes, I just want to, we're playing in B flat tonight. I don't know if you've noticed the lower key. And this beautiful instrument I have here is not mine, it's belonged to Ralph Schlimm in Germany. And it's a 7-mount, and Ralph makes the 7-mount concertinas and has been making them for the last 10 years. They're very popular among the musicians here in Ireland. And he has just moved his business to Ireland. So he's now will be producing 7-mount concertinas from Maharaban here up the road. So Ralph has given me I've actually been babysitting this concertina for the last few weeks. Well, he's gone back to Germany to load up the rest of his stuff, and he'll be here at the end of August. So thank you, Ralph, for the loan of this gorgeous concertina tonight, and thank you, Sorka, for tuning down. It's a bit of a task. The strings get quite loose when you go that low down on the fiddle. But anyway, we've managed it. So these reels, I'd like to play them for all our friends who are listening in online tonight, and I know that for people all over the world. And in particular, I'd like to play these tunes, Sorka and I, for our great friend Helen O'Shea, who I know is listening in Melbourne, in actual fact locked down in Melbourne, herself and her husband David, and also our own great friends that are living in Melbourne from here, Paddy and Joe Fitzgerald. The reeds we're going to play are the Old Torn Petticoat and the Primrose Lass. And the versions of those tunes we learned from Joe Bann, whistle player. And the next two reels are the Heather Breeze and the My Love's in America, which comes from the playing of John Lockton. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.
mean, I know we're used to looking down there and seeing hundreds of people, but it is so gorgeous to see any number at all. And great to get the feedback. And I don't need to tell you how much musicians and artists in general have suffered over the last 5 months. Holes have been blown in their livelihoods and their careers, and they have jumped to the task and reinvented themselves and found new ways of doing things, and we're all kind of struggling at finding new formats and that, but it feels really nice to have a small group of people here and also to be broadcasting around the world. So hello to everybody who's watching on Facebook tonight as well. It's fantastic to have you here too. Now, from mother and daughter duo to another mother and daughter duo, it is Helen Hayes and Katie Green this time. And I might take a moment just to reflect, because some people who have been very dear to the festival have passed on in the last while. Just last night, Michael Fahey died, and Michael was a fantastic supporter of music. Every Thursday night in Shorts he was there to support everyone who sang, danced or played. And Helen's mother Peggy passed on since the last festival here as well, and she was such a fixture at the festival. That it's really sad not to have a glass of red wine with her over the course of these couple of days. And I was just reflecting that you don't have to be a musician to pass on a great love of music. You just have to let your love of music be seen. And Peggy did that. And it helped as well that she had an open house and that it didn't faze her to put down bacon and cabbage for 15 people, or to make several apple tarts and to mind people during the festival. So we think very, very fondly of Peggy Hayes tonight as well. And I'm going to hand over now to her gorgeous daughter Helen and her beautiful granddaughter Katie to entertain you. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Paula. We miss a lot of people this year, and I hope that the people watching it will enjoy it, but we hope to see everybody back next year. And as my father said, you need good listeners if you want good music. And there's good listeners here tonight, but there's loads more that could be here. And given the circumstances, it's not possible. So next year, please God. So we're going to start off with a song called Lullaby. And as Paula said, Michael Fahey was a great friend of ours, and I loved singing particularly and playing cards. And so we'll dedicate this to Michael Fahey.
Please promise me
English version that I learned from Carmen Begley's and Josephine. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Donald, if you cross the mountain, oh, take me with you if you are going at fair or market, you'll be well looked after, and you will sleep with the great king's daughter. Oh, you said you'd meet me, but you were lying beside the Sheelan as day was dying. I whistled and called you 12 times, repeating, but all that I heard were the young lambs bleating. Oh, my mother ordered me to shun you today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. Too late in vain or spelt McGreevin, closing the door on a bygone feeling. Oh, the last time I saw you was a Sunday evening beside the altar as I was kneeling. 'Twas of Christ's passion that I was reading, but my thoughts were of you and my own heart's bleeding. For you took what's before me and what's behind me, took east and west and all around me. The sun, moon, and stars from me you've taken, and God Himself, if I'm not mistaken. Even though there's only 50 people here, it's very, very warm up here. We'll sing a song called Where Are You Tonight? Where are you tonight, I wonder, and where will you be tonight when I cry? Will sleep for you come easy? years have slipped under and left me with the shadow the sun can't dispel. I built for you a tower of love and admiration. I built it so high I could not reach myself. The view from my window is a view filled with strangers. The face in my mirror is the one face I know. You have taken all that's in me, so my heart is in no danger. My heart is in no danger, but I'd still like to know. Where are you tonight, I wonder, and where will you be tonight when I cry? Will sleep for you come easy, while I alone can slumber? Will you wake in the morning at another one's side? There is a silence that cannot be broken. There is a pure heart, with him I will go, and time will work its healing, and the spirit will grow stronger. Oh, the spirit will grow stronger, but I'd still like to know. Where are you tonight, I wonder, and where will you be tonight when I cry? Will sleep for you come easy, while I alone can slumber? Will you wake in the morning at another one's side? We're going to, Katie's going to finish up the song, with a song called Both Sides Now, and this holds a special place in our heart because my mother requested that Katie sing it at her funeral, with 2 days' notice, mind you. But anyhow, so it's kind of Peggy's song, and given that she's not here, we'll remember her that way. Thank you.
Bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere.
Helen and from Katie, and I know Helen won't mind if I particularly single out Katie for that last song. That was absolutely fantastic. Just a quick word before I introduce our next guest about our sponsors. There have been local sponsors for the FEAKLE Festival for the last 32 years, from Tulla, from FEAKLE, from Scariff, from Killaloe. We left them alone this once, but we'll be back to them next year. But we just want to say a huge thank you to them and to encourage you all to support local and to shop local long after the pandemic is over. And we want to say thank you as well to Clare County Council, the Arts Council and Fáilte Ireland, who've made all of this possible this year. Now, earlier on I introduced Mary McNamara and Sorcha Costello and said they were from a family steeped in music. We're going back again to that family for the rhythm king of the family, Andrew McNamara. He's the one the dancers chase after. And his longtime collaborator, Eileen O'Brien. And I was reflecting, one thing that the two of them have in common is that they are brilliant at picking duet players to play with, and they're never more brilliant than when they're side by side playing together. So please put your hands together for Andrew McNamara and Eileen O'Brien.
There were two reels anyway that I learned from Eileen.
The first one was called The Happy Man. It was a composition by my father, Paddy, and the second one was a composition by Paddy Taylor, who was a flute player from West Limerick, and he lived in London for most of his life. And it did an awful job to teach Andrew those tunes.
Yeah. Well, did you mention the two of them there?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, well, we'll continue now with a tune that I learned from a great man you all know, Joe Gann, and he made a programme here with Jackie Small for RTE, and they did it below at Leon's Bar about 20 years ago, I'd say, or more. And Joe just sat by the fire and had a conversation with Jackie Small and played a tune here and there. You might play half a tune and you might forget the second part, but I got a lot of tunes out there tape. This particular tune I got, the first half of it was at the beginning of the programme and the second part of the tune was at the end of the programme. So we don't know what it's called, so I'll leave you going to join me with something on the music.
I'm going to sing a song that I learned from the great singer Nora Butler, who passed away there early in the year. And she's a great loss to us, and she used to be a great favourite down here in FEAKLE. She used to come down here a lot to sessions, and especially in Charles Bar, where they had the singing sessions. So it's called The Dawning of the Day. One morning early, as I rode out by the margin of Loch Lane, well, one orgy and one fairly new orgy. The first one is a version of the Irish Washerwoman, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And it was a version that I got from Paddy Fahey, that my father got from Paddy Fahey, the great fiddle player and composer from East Galway. And the second one then is one of my father's compositions. It's called Steve Quinn's Fancy. And Steve Quinn was actually an accordion player from East Galway as well, who was a great friend of my father's in America. And he was the manager of the New York Kelly Band when my father played in. Okay. 1, 2.
Up with something more normal than something familiar. We're all familiar with his good Blash of Old Breeze, familiar, common, everybody knows tunes. First one is called Farlagara and went to Sally Gardens, and another great one called Flagaway. So big thank you to the FEAKLE Festival organisers for taking us out of our caves. Nice. We might as well be dead only for FEAKLE, really. Thanks very much.
And thanks to Matt and Gavin and Darren as well for the
TV crew.
And Paula.
Paula, thank you very much.
Julia.
there, didn't I tell you, from Eileen and from Andrew. Now, just a couple of reminders. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, we're going to do this all over again. Online concert on FEAKLE Festival Facebook page. It'll be from the community centre this time, and you'll have a chance to see Pat O'Connor and Owen O'Sullivan, Deirdre Scanlon, Pádraig McMahuna, Francis Cunningham, Emer Coughlin, and plenty more besides. Did you enjoy tonight, though? Yes. Fantastic. I know I've said it lots of times already, but it's great to be out. Even with a small group, it's wonderful. I just want to say a big thank you to Gavin Coughlin and to Matt and Dara Purcell, who are making the audio visuals possible tonight, and to the FEAKLE Festival for rising to the challenge and doing all this online. And may we all be together again in our hundreds next year, following year. Who knows? We'll do our best anyway. Now, final guest for tonight. The first time I saw them playing together was this year, actually, and I found myself asking, why haven't I seen them for years and years and years playing together? Maybe they have been doing it in secret, but they seem the most natural pairing. From East Clare and from the wilds of West Kerry, Mark Donlan and Cormac Begley. Did you see the Shlina Megley show on TV Saturday? Yeah. They are like that in reality as well. Cormac and Brendan Begley did a whistle-stop tour up the west of Ireland, insulting counties as they went, including County Clare. But we have allowed him back in tonight. They make great music together. I want to thank you all for being a brilliant audience, because this is the end of me now, and I'm going to hand you over to Cormac Begley and Mark Donlan. Thank you.
Gabriel Margaret. It's great to be here, back in FEAKLE. Been locked up in the house in West Kerry for the past few months. And I was telling Mark earlier on that of all the places that I would have missed if I hadn't made it this year, would be FEAKLE was top of the list. It's my favourite festival of the year, and I thank Gary and Pat and the committee and everybody involved for organising this for ourselves and for yourselves and everybody at home. I met Mark, the first time I played the tune of Mark was last year at the festival in Peppers, the parlour we call it, the room on the left when you walk in the door. And I've been a big fan of Mark for years. I used to play with Charlie Harris, and Gary asked Gary suggested would we play together, and I'm so happy that happened. So delighted that we're here together. I'd like to play together again this year. So we're going to continue. I'm going to play a tune from the area. Joe Bands is a tune I would have learned probably from Andrew and Mary. Joe Bands Barlands. And we're going to a march then called O'Neill's March. And talking to Mark backstage there, O'Donnell is a derivative of the O'Donnells, and I have O'Donnell blood in me as well. The Begleys, young blades, small warriors, fought on behalf of the O'Neills and the O'Donnells. So I guess we're still fighting.
We're together.
So we're helping them out again. So we'll continue with these tunes.
It's hard work. I can know you're done this.
It's getting hot in here. So we'll continue with some jigs now. Play a tune called Tonras into a jig called The Orphan.
Who's that first one?
Thank you.
This could be a bit interesting, no?
So, a huge influence on my music and my family's music has been a concertina player, Mary Mack, from this neck of the woods. And I remember hearing these polkas, the first polka on a programme about regional styles, and I'll never forget it. I remember sitting at home and my ears perking when I heard this tune played so well by Mary. So I associate these polkas with East Clare and Mary in particular. And the second tune, we have a version of it in West Kerry, and there's a bit of a difference in the approach in polkas between East Clare and West Kerry, so I'll try and give you a taste of both. So wish us luck.
I hang on by my fingernails.
I think we're going to finish up now with a set. I'm going to play an air now. I'm going to play an air called Slán Ní Mó. This is a memory of some people who passed in the last year or so. And I'm thinking of Peggy, I remember meeting her, Peggy Hayes, I remember meeting her last year. So, and we'll play a reel after that then. So thanks very much for coming out. It's been great to actually play in front of people. So,